Good afternoon, families. It's Mr. Dittl coming to you with our Bombas Buzz for Friday, October 8th, 2021. We just finished an awesome rainy day week, but today it ended on some sun. So that is a nice note. Um, Thank you for just kind of staying apprised and watching these and staying informed for our class. I really do appreciate it. If there's anything I can do to make these better, please reach out and let me know. I will do my best and always just keep getting better. So, news from our week. This week, you may have noticed some new cover sheets for our daily kind of in-class work, which sometimes has some homework attached to it. I did this for two reasons. Number one, as we're adding some details to get students to be a little bit more personal, responsible for their work, gives them a place to know what we're going to do during the day, and it checks them off, and it also gives them a check-in for work that they can do at home, whether that's homework or over the weekend. I'm always going to have like some reading on there because that's just some good habits to get into. And then bring these back. That helps students get into some good habits on about getting their work done, being responsible and independent for doing their things. I asked them, they said they all really enjoyed doing that work, so that's fantastic. So that helps. Please keep sending those back. It helps so you can see what we're doing, and then they can work their way towards Treasure Box on Friday. New that came home today, book bags. So you'll have a Ziploc bag with a manila envelope inside of it. Inside that should be some books that your student has chosen, that they are independently reading, that they're ready to read those by themselves. In that also has 5 things that students can remember to help them read if they get stuck. Using picture clues, pointing with their finger as they sound out and read, listening to themselves and wondering, does that make sense? Using snap word power, which is kind of like our high frequency words like the, is, I, said, words that don't always sound out. And then rereading, which is just, if it doesn't make sense, go back, try it again. Maybe you just sounded it out wrong. Things that happen. On the back of this page, as I told us in class, this is the boring adult stuff. Here's a bunch of tips and tricks and hints for you at home just to help support your student reading. Because I don't want you to read for them, and I don't want you to immediately read it to them. If they go, I don't know what this is, what's this word? Let them sweat it out. Let them try. Let them make a mistake. It's okay. They're learning. It's going to take some practice. The other page is double-sider. It's just a place to write down the books that they have taken home. And I let everyone know, if you got a shorter book, you got to read it 3 times before you bring it back. But not all in the same day and not in one sitting, because reading 3 times a short book in 10 minutes is not what I'm looking for. It's a couple of days. Let them take their time, work it through. It's forming good habits. Reading to a stuffed animal, reading to a pet, reading to an older brother, younger brother, sister, cousin, somebody at home, to get into good reading habits out loud. Those are what those are. This week we've been talking about expressions in math. So expressions are equations that don't have the equal sign. So 3 plus 5 would be 8. There you go, you can see that. But it's the same that 6 plus 2 more is also 8. Equivalent expressions. Knowing how to make things equal using different part-whole scenarios is what we've been working on, and we've been doing pretty good. Sometimes our work is a little tricky, so I have to slow down and reread directions or maybe even show a little bit, but for the most part, we're doing really well on that. And in reading, we've been practicing independently reading, putting stories back in order, and retelling to someone else. This is what the story was, but without using the book, so remembering what you read. Last but not least, we filled up our warm fuzzy jar again, which means we earned another fun day. So last time we did art here in the classroom. This one, the suggestion and what we went with is dress-up day. Before everyone freaks out about what that is, this is what we talked about in class. Dress-up day does not mean you must wear a costume. Absolutely does not have to be that. It can be comfy clothes. We had someone say, I'd like to wear pajamas. Okay, sure, that's dressing up. You're dressing up into pajamas. I also had a few who said, maybe a sweatshirt that's got like my favorite cool hoodie on it. Awesome. You can wear a costume if you'd like. The only rules that we talked about here at school were don't bring any accessories. So no wands or shields or anything like that. No masks. So no things covering your eyes or your whole head or a helmet, things like that. Because we talked about if it's going to be hot and uncomfortable for 10 minutes, it's going to be awful for 7 hours. Also, you already got a mask on. So if you want to coordinate and you've got like a color, or if you want to add something to a plain mask, that's a great idea to go that way. I told everybody that I'm going to be dressing up. So wearing fancy clothes sometimes is also way that we're going to be. We're going to be doing our dress up day this next week, Wednesday. So next week, Wednesday, that will be the 12th, if I'm not mistaken. See, now I got to look at my phone because it's the end of the day. Next week, Wednesday the 13th. See, it would have been wrong. Wednesday the 13th, we're doing our dress up day. So please do not go out and buy anything. You do not have to. It can be just what you have around, as long as it's something that they can do work in, it's not too distracting, and it's not uncomfortable all day. Other than that, we've been doing a fantastic job. Please make sure that as weather changes, make sure we got rain boots. I've seen a couple of them. Thank you. Jackets and things, sweatshirts as it gets colder, because it will. Other than that, we've been doing a fantastic job here at school as a class, and I look forward to another amazing week. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next week.